Good evening everybody, and welcome to my latest video. Again, I know it's been a little bit long, but as I said right at the start, I've not really got any sort of plans for schedules or anything at this present moment in time. It's as and when I can get the videos. So what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to be doing a quick review as to the assembly instructions for Blood and Plunder, the Blackbeard versus Maillard. Now, this is obviously the Kickstarter set. I invested in Kickstarter a couple of years ago. No, it came through. It's been sat in the cupboard for quite some time. So obviously what you get is you get the Blackbeard and Maillard sprue, which I have subsequently made. You get 4 of these, which have each got 6 individual, whether they be pirate or British. That's entirely up to you. They're all identical. And then obviously what I also got with them is I also got 2 of these ones, which are additional ones where you can get various different people, various different items, things like barrels. That way may be a bit better for you guys to see. Barrels, reverends, casualties, other additions like cannon bits and pieces, which you'll see on some of the crews. There's a drum there, little monkey, parrot, various extra selection of heads, chest. So more additional bits and pieces which you can use to personalise some of the crew members, which I have done with a couple of them. So just to give you an idea as to how well these go together. So this is obviously the assembled barrel and chest, and then obviously there's a stack of cannonballs there. There's sort of the sandbags and bits. So these are actually, they actually go together quite well, and there's very minimal cleanup on them. Obviously I've primed these already. Prime them on the sprue just to make life a bit easier. Very minimal cleanup. Terribly sorry about that. I dropped my balls. There we go. There we are. So very minimal cleanup on them actually. The mould lines are quite nice. Again, these are some of the additional ones that I put together. I think you can get them to focus. Maybe I don't think he's going to focus too well. But one thing I would say is obviously this one here, this pirate one, which is what you need to do is you need to put the sword arm on. That sword is very, very fragile. Be careful clipping it off, because obviously this one I clipped it, and as you can see, it's got a slight kink in it, where I've had to stick it back together. So, but again, very nice quality plastic, very good quality miniatures. There's obviously the reference. Eventually these will be painted up. I'll be doing various hobby updates on this one, because obviously it's the start of a new project. Again, I appear to be going a bit further back in time, so I didn't think I would go any further than Napoleonics, but I appear to have gone to the 16th, 17th century. 17th, 18th century. So obviously I know that you guys have seen some of these assembly instructions. They're exploded diagrams. They're fairly easy to follow, or at least these ones are, for obviously the miniatures I've just shown you. Fairly easy to follow. Obviously A1, A2, A3, A4, they're all numbered up and everything, which is fine for these ones. The Blackbeard miniature, which is this one, quite a nice miniature actually, very nice miniature. And then here's the Maillard miniatures. Again, these came on their own individual sprue. Again, very easy, fairly easy to put together, to be quite honest. They let me just grab the instruction there for you. So again, whoop, terribly sorry, that's me hitting the camera. So as you can tell, again, all individual numbered parts, several different parts. However, it kind of works quite well actually, and the miniatures are fairly easy, and again, minimal cleanup, very minimal cleanup on these. So that's that. So lastly is obviously the pirates and the crewmen. No doubt you guys would have seen this before as well, with several people have done unboxings. I'm not going to go through every single one, but as you can tell, there's quite a few different options for each one. My advice is take your time with them. Don't try and rush it. Take your time. Stick the miniature to the base first. I know that may seem a little bit counterintuitive sometimes, but if you stick it to the base, and that gives a body, as you can tell, kind of like you stick the body, stick the feet to the base, put it to one side. Almost do it a bit like a sequence painting. So my advice would be start with the first one, get yourself sort of a nice flat area next to where you're working. Start with the first one, get the base on the miniature, or get the base on the main part of the body, put that on that picture, and then work around that way. Certain arms do only fit certain miniatures, certain heads do only fit certain miniatures. You can modify it a little bit, and I have done, you will see, but it does take a little bit of tweaking, a little bit of cutting, slicing. Be prepared to maybe slice your fingers a couple of times if you need to, but overall very nice miniatures to assemble. What I would say is, as I say, just take your time with them. What I'll do now is I'll just bring some of these guys over. So this is one of this would be the second one on the sheet, but this head is one of the extra heads, so I've had to do a little bit of tweaking in order to get it to fit. As you can see, a little bit of tweaking just to get it to fit, but it does actually work out quite well and look quite tidy and look quite good. So, and then again, I mean, there's so many different poses you can do with these people. They're all multi-part, all easily posed. This again is one of the second ones. No, this one isn't. This is a duplicate for this one. So, as you can tell, same body, slightly different posing on the arms and the heads. Quite nice actually. I won't say painted up, you won't be able to distinguish the fact that it's even the same body. And that's him. Let me get some of the main arms people up. So as you can tell, here's one with the drum. I wanted a drummer for the British. So he's got a nice little drum. There's a couple of drumsticks. There are various options for the drumstick hands. So here's that one. This is the second one again. Again, as you can tell, I've had to tweak the head a little bit just to get it to fit. But he's got a hook hand. And then obviously I've given him the long pike as well. This one's sort of one of the standard ones, but again he's got a grenade and a pistol. As I say, I mean, there's no sort of baggage or anything on these guys. They are just the standard ones. This one, he's got an extra additional clean up and ram, so sponge and ram for the cannon there. And this one's got the scoop and ram for the cannon as well. So as you can see, I kind of tweaked the heads a little bit again as well. Looking at it, actually, his head wants to come up and go back on again. He's not quite in the middle there. I'll have to do that in a second. And then here's the last one again with the match for the cannon and an axe in his hand as well. So as you can tell, that's going to be Maynard's crew. I've got another 6 of each, so all in all is 12. I'm not going to show you the boats and the ships, the sloops, simply because I think there's been enough of that done. I need to get some more glue. I think people have done that to the death already. Little tip for you: if you're using plastic miniatures, plastic mold miniatures, and one of the parts isn't quite on right, get yourself some solvent glue. And if you put it together with solvent glue, its arm's come off now. If you put it together with solvent glue, if you want to get it off, just a little dab of solvent glue on there, work it around the joint, and you'll be able to undo it without needing to cut or anything like that. So the only reason I'm shaking the bottle, mind, is because it's starting to run out. I need to get some more, which is on the list for later on, is to get a little bit more. That's the reason that I haven't done the others. Is because I'll get these painted up, and then once they're painted up, I'll be able to have a little quick game. But as I was saying, I've not done the ships. And for those of you who are wondering the difference between a ship and a boat, ships carry boats. As anybody who's ever had anything to deal with the Navy will tell you, ships carry boats. So, and as you can see by those, all of Maynard's crew, I've made it a bit easy, they've all got caps or hats of some description. Blackbeard's crew got bandanas or beanie hats or things like that. Quick glug of coffee. Yes, so I've not done the ships. Simply because, as I say, there have been quite a few videos on the ships and how to do the ships and how to assemble the ships. Now, the best one that I've found is Blood and Plunder. I'll leave a link to them in the description below. They do a very good, not Blood and Plunder, Blood and Pigment, apologies. They do a very good description on how to assemble a ship and instructions on how to assemble a ship. So there's no point in me basically rehashing their video. There's no point. What I would like to do is obviously give a shout out to the miniature painter. He kind of spurred me on to get this done. As I say, I've had it in the cupboard for quite a while. I've been kind of focusing on Napoleonics, but there's only so much Napoleonics you can do before you start going, oh, another regiment, I've got to do another battalion, no, can't deal with that. So I thought I'd give myself a little bit of a palette cleanse and do some individual miniatures. So I mean, I can make all of these individual, no really real peat, maybe a little bit, but it won't be too much. And not only that, it's quite a nice game to get started. So obviously, I mean, those of you who have been on the Plastic Crap Podcast Facebook page would no doubt have seen some of my painting that I've been doing as well, just to kind of clear the palette. So I've been doing sort of dramatic dioramic bases, entering into bits and pieces, and doing a couple of as presents for family and friends. There is one which I'm not going to show you because it's a birthday present for my mother, that I've been doing, that I've completed the other day. So I will be taking a photo of that and putting that on the Facebook page once she's had it and seen it. So yes, that's it. That's what I'm currently working on. Again, apologies for not having a regular update, but basically I've just been painting French, lots and lots of French, because Naptember, which for those of you who don't know is happening at Alpha Games in Birmingham St Edmunds on the 27th of September. Big black powder game. There is a Facebook page, if you which I will leave a link into as well down below. So if you are interested in playing black powder or playing Napoleonics or anything like that, please hook up with the Facebook page and send us a message, and we will get you on. So all the usual YouTube stuff coming on now. Please like, subscribe and tick that thumbs up and ring that bell, and I will see you in a little bit. Cheerio. Oh no, Blackbeard's lost a hand, another one of his crew's lost a hand. That's not good.